He's the best-selling author of The 10X Rule and star of Undercover Billionaire.
He was a drug addict in his early 20s.
He's a real estate mogul with a portfolio of over $1.5 billion.
He's Grant Cardone, and here's our take on his top 10 rules for success.
Top 10, I got a top 10. Got my motivation high for my top 10. Gotta learn from the wise women and men. All my life, like na 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 na. For my top 10, top 10, top 10, na 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 na. This one's for my top 10.
Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1. Make specific commitments.
When you make the commitment, specific commitments, write them down. What am I looking for this year? I want to lose weight. How much weight? This much weight. I want to make this much money. Great. How much money? I want to bank this much money. I don't want to just make money. I know people that make a lot of money end up with nothing. I want to bank this much money. Okay, I want to have some passive income coming in, so I'm going to make this much money, I'm going to keep this much money, and I'm going to invest this much money so I have passive income. Be very specific when you write your goals and targets down, and don't get lost in the mechanics while you're writing them down. I see a lot of people, they go to write their goals down and they cut them back by half, and then a quarter, and then a tenth of what they were actually capable of doing. And then what happens is by January 20th, you wake up and you're like, dude, I don't care about losing 13 pounds. It doesn't change my life. I don't care about making another $1,000. It doesn't change my life. I don't care about these things. And the reason the euphoria wears off is because the goal is not big enough. Set some big, giant targets. Be willing to be disappointed, dejected. Be willing to be come up short on your goals. Look, if I aim for the freaking moon, I might end up with the stars.
Rule number 2, study successful people.
And I started studying super successful people and quit listening to my uncle and quit listening to my friends and my family members and people that had quit. I quit listening to people that had given up on the dream and started emulating people that had created the dream. And then what happens is if you do that, like if a person went back to when I was 25, 26 years old and did exactly the same things I did, they would be exactly where I am or further.
Rule number 3, find courage.
If you took everything away from me right now, the things that are most valuable to me, you can't take away. So you take the plane away, you take the money away, take the real estate the portfolio away. 3 years from now, I'll be bigger than I was because now I have courage. Like if you guys can just find your courage, man, and that's a muscle. You got to go build a muscle of courage. I have courage. Nobody can take that away from me. You can't steal it from me. You can't beat it out of me.
Rule number 4, help people.
The true wealth on this planet is helping other people. Like if somebody else, how many people you think will hear this interview?
Oh, it will be thousands, hundreds of thousands.
Okay, so maybe if I help 100 people out of 100,000, I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I got family members that are going to help 100 people in their whole lifetime. If I can help 100 people today, that'd be freaking crazy. The other 100,000 that didn't get the message, whatever, man. Go do whatever you want to do. I don't care. Like, I don't even know you, right? Like some guy was hating on me the other day. I'm like, bro, I don't even know you. You know me. I don't know you. Okay. Understand the calculation. That's a problem because who knows me is more important than who likes me. So yeah, what's my exit? I don't know that I have an exit. I think the exit for me is probably the same as everybody else, except I would like to live a couple hundred years after I die. So my game is not the money game. My game, even though I play the money game, my game is could I help people in the year 2150?
Yeah.
That means I need to write down what I did. I need to put it in books. I've written 21 best-selling business programs. Okay. Those programs should be able to live. Like when we build something, we're like, can this live 50 or 60 years from now?
Hey, man.
Everett, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
You got a book coming out, don't you?
You just came out.
Where can people get it?
Get it on Amazon, easiest spot, built to serve, right there.
Let's go, man. If you guys don't know Evan, follow Evan Carmichael
He's got a new book out, Build to Serve. Go grab it today at Amazon. There's a good dude right here.
Rule number 5, refuse to be satisfied.
Everything should be used, right? Everything you're doing should be used for something. You got to assume that you're going to be successful. And if you're going to be successful, you should document it. I promise you're going to look back. Everybody in the room has done this. God, I wish I had pictures from when I was, oh my God, right?
Yeah.
Because you were underestimating, this is the 10X rule. You're underestimating your potential to be super successful. Then you're going to get there and say, damn, what was I thinking? You were thinking you weren't going to be successful. And the truth is you are. The organism is going to be successful. If you don't quit, if you refuse to quit, and you refuse to stay where you are, those two things you have to do. Refuse to quit and refuse to stay where you are. You will get here. The organism, you as a 60 trillion cells will figure the way out, okay, somehow, if you don't quit and if you refuse to not be satisfied with this spot right here that you're at, no matter how tempting the spot is.
Rule number 6, get an accountability partner.
You need an accountability partner. You need someone that you share your goals with that will hold you accountable. A strong person, somebody you respect, a mentor, a guide, someone that you don't want to disappoint or let down. Pick someone that you can have with you on your side that you can share as often as you need to. That your goals are this, your actions need to be that, and you did or didn't handle those things, okay? And have somebody in your life where they'll hold you accountable and say, look, come on, man, you're better than this. Let's go do this. I've been using mentors my entire life. A lot of people don't know this. At the age of 25, I had a mentor that met with me every single day to check on me. Every day. I made commitments every day. That person met with me every day. When I got into a sales game, I was 26, 27 years old. I met with a guy every day to work with me on my sales game. Every day he held me accountable. How many calls I made, how much training I did, every day. I have had accountability coaches and mentors for 37 years.
Rule number 7, be transparent.
When I was 30 years old, I hated the sales thing. I hated like I'm doing this documentary right now on Tom Hopkins. I'm participating in it. And he's the guy that I studied, and I studied Brian Tracy, and I studied all these guys. This was back when selling was like, you ask a question, I answer it with a question. There was no transparency. You couldn't shop data anywhere. So everything was slick. It was criminal. It was bordering on criminal all the time. Like, I'm going to put my thumb inside my hand like this, and I'm going to model you and match you. And I hated that. Like, I hated the idea that I had to become someone else every time. So basically what I did was, I tell this story all the time. I was selling fish when I was 19 years old. I mean, if I'm selling fish, I just knock on your door and say, I got fish. That was my pitch. I got fish. I caught the fish. The fish are fresh. And before you say no, look at the fish.
Yeah.
And I sold all my fish.
Nice.
And so I learned how to do things transparent in an industry. This is 30 years ago. Car dealers didn't give you anything. There was no books. There was no Google. There was no TrueCar. There was none of that, right?
Right.
So I figured out how to be more effective selling with the truth, honesty, transparency, and authenticity. And I took that model and I went around the country and sold it to a bunch of car dealers that were making money deceiving people.
Yeah.
And so that was a big thing for me.
Rule number 8, make success your duty.
I know what I can do now. Once you know what you can do, then you can do it a second time. And that's why so many people can go bankrupt and then come right back. Because they know now. The first time you do it, you don't know. The second time you do it, you're like, I think maybe the third and fourth time, you're like, I know for sure I can do this. So that's why I say success is so important. Success is my duty, responsibility, and obligation to myself. Forget my family for a second. I need success for me, to feel good about me so I can be good with my family. And I think a lot of people are trying to do their life without having success be part of it. Success is part of my mental, I think success actually is the best medication for my mental health.
Rule number 9, stay busy.
You need things that pull you forward. Once you have your coach, once you have your big dreams, once you have your schedule of exactly what you need to be doing every day, you need little things that can pull you forward so you're staying busy. Busy. In action. In actions, moving forward, things pulling me, not pushing me, things that are pulling me forward. Okay, I got a date. As soon as this is done today, I got to go do this at 10 o'clock. I get done with that, I got something at 11:30. I need events pulling me forward. That could be an event you're going to, it could be a conference you're going to, it could be a meeting you're going to, a charity event. Have things that are pulling you forward so that you're accomplishing every day, so that you're proud of yourself, respectful of yourself, you're loving yourself, you're feeling good about yourself.
And rule number 10, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is have fun.
You're a bad man, dude. You're a bad man. When I look in this man's eyes, I'm like, he's a bad dude.
Sometimes, yeah.
Could you make me the president of the United States? That's what I want.
I was over there telling my wife I could get you in Congress in a heartbeat.
You could get Congress. Could you? Huh? Congressman Cardone.
There you go.
I like the sound of that.
Now, I've got a special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for the question of the day. I want to know, what was your single biggest takeaway from this video and your plan of action for the next week? When you watch a video and you get motivated, the science says you have a 35% chance of following through. That's not enough. But when you write down what time, what place, and how you're going to actually take action on it, you jump to 91% chance of following through. And when you have public accountability and you commit to other people that you're gonna do it, it jumps to 95% that you will follow through. So I want that for you, Believe Nation. I wanna know your single biggest takeaway from this video and your plan of action for the next week. Put it down in the comments below so I can celebrate you.
I walked into Marlins Stadium. I was telling Kevin, I said, God damn, this is beautiful. Beautiful. How many people is this seat? About 30,000, 28, 29,000. I'm like, yeah, but y'all never had that many people here. And they said, yeah, Joel Osteen was here. Joel Osteen had 28,000 people. I said, I'll take the whole place. If Joel can do it, I can do it. Okay? If Joel can do it, I can do it too, right? We were there 5 minutes. I said, I'll take the place. And they're like, when do you want it? Let me see if it's available. I said, I guarantee it's available. And they're like, well, how do you know that? You don't know our schedule. I said, I guarantee you it's available when I want it. And when do you want it? Super Bowl weekend. They're like, yeah, it is available. Because nobody would do an event on Super Bowl weekend. Now, if you can understand why I did that event, because my entire staff, including Jared right here, everyone involved in this event said, do not do Super Bowl weekend. Why would I do Super Bowl weekend? I'm the only person other than the Super Bowl doing an event. There's nobody else doing an event. There's nobody else doing an event. Everybody was worried about the Super Bowl, dude. I just took out the Super Bowl, took out everybody. It got rid of everybody, number one. Number two, if I pull it off, my brand will be lifted up into the heavens as something mystical. Yes. Okay? Amen. So sometimes you don't do things. We made less money on that event with 35,000 people than an event with 10,000. But the brand lift was so unbelievable. Okay? Like, the goal was, hey, Jared, and every day Jared and I were talking. Hey, Jared, if we can pull this off, it wasn't about the money. It was, we pull this off, dude, it's a game changer for the brand, okay? Number one, nobody's ever done this. 35,000 people, Super Bowl weekend. The story's unbelievable. We will pull it off ourselves. And every time somebody does an event after this, it'll be like, Tony does an event with 30,000 people? Yeah, but Cardone did 35,000. Yes. You understand? So you want to pick up residual from other people. You want to pick up reminders. Okay, if you can figure out how to use your competition, if they're competition, or collaborate with them. Either way, you want to have their efforts reminding the public that's similar of, yeah, but free advertising.
If you want 10 more awesome rules from Grant Cardone, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
My economics teacher, there's no way he could imagine the fuel bill on my plane. It's just not real.